Hi everyone, welcome to a new video, the follow-up video that I promised in terms of speaking, quitting social media, in terms of speaking of being more free, dopamine fix, and in this case, how you can watch less content on your phone, spending less time on your phone. I'm going to be giving you guys some tips that are a little bit more technological in this case using certain apps and whatever that can help you track how much time you spend on your phone, but I'm going to be giving you practical tips of what I did to overcome this addiction. And yes, I am doing this video in the same day so that I also carry on the energy that I had from the video last week. So let's go. So I started, once again, just to give you some context, I started doing this and I started feeling like it was important for me to spend less time on my phone when I have my anxiety battle, which I spoke about 2 videos ago. The main point that I tried to do was reduce my content. First of all, understand where I consume my content, what device I am using, and then how much time I am consuming. And then after that, you can see the apps and you can see more specifically and in a more practical way what you can substitute, which is a very, very key word when we're trying to improve our lives. It's a substitution. It shouldn't be a 100% sacrifice for it to be long term and healthy. So I used an Excel sheet to track the devices that I was consuming content, that being computer or phone, and how much time I was using it. And then after a bit, the apps that I was consuming. So the main tips and why I think you should reduce your content on your phone. First of all, do it as a challenge, not even if it is for a week. During the pandemic, I did a week without my phone and I felt amazing. Now, I'm not telling you that I could live without my phone because I couldn't and we can't live without our phones, but let's be conscious about it. Okay, if we spend less time on our phones, we have more time to do other stuff. And I'm not just talking about house chores, but I am talking about going out there, and that's where your journey is. And this can be kind of cliche and is like, oh, he's just talking about the same fucking thing that every guy talks about, the manhood journey. But it's true. If you go out, and that's how I beat my anxiety, going out. So spending more time outside, okay, being less on your phone, and also having less twitchiness. What do I mean with twitchiness? I mean those moments where you're just bored and you open your phone and you want to go on Instagram just to pass the time, which I'm not telling you it's bad. Again, we're just here for substitution. I'm not telling you for you to quit 100% and never use your phone again or never consume content on the computer. And I am pointing this way because I have my beast of a computer here. So I think, first of all, an easy tip, which is the same that I said for quitting social media, unfollow every page that you don't want to consume. This is specifically for YouTube, okay? I spent a lot of time on YouTube and on Instagram. These are my 2 apps. Instagram, we will speak about. YouTube was worse. YouTube was very, very complicated because you have YouTube Shorts, you have recommendations, and then you have your subscriptions or follows. So, first one, go to your follows and unfollow every page that you don't feel like it contributes to something to your life. Now, I'm not telling you that you should only follow scientific advice or advice that's going to help you and podcasts and whatever. I'm telling you, focus on the content that you're like, this is going to make me laugh. This is funny. I want to follow this. I only follow right now 28 channels. Okay, 28 people, content creators on YouTube, which you may think it's a lot, but trust me, go and count how many people you follow, how many content creators and channels. You will be blown away. So, unfollow a lot of things and just keep a tight circle, so to speak. The second one is never, never consume YouTube Shorts because you will just be mindlessly scrolling. How you can do that, I will give you a specific tip and a practical tip for this. And the third one is go to your history. See what type of content you are watching and what type of content you're like, why did I consume this? And this you will get a better perception of if what you are consuming you are just mindlessly consuming or you actually are like, okay, this will make me laugh. This is a little bit of a rogue tip, but I think it works really well. So for the second tip that I told you about, use the browser mode. Do not install the app. Use YouTube browser. If you go by browser, also on Instagram, it makes a huge difference, okay? So the first real tip of this video is number one, unfollow the pages. And second one, use browser mode. It's a major, major key. Do not use the app. The browser mode will also be a little bit more open and not so much focused in the window. You have to try it out to understand what I'm trying to say, but it seems like you have a little bit more space to breathe and you can look around yourself, and at the same time you can look and watch the video. It's weird what I'm trying to say, but trust me. So unfollow browser mode. Very, very important. The third real tip is, and it could be, it's useful to use certain apps, certain browser extensions or whatever that tell you how much time you have spent on this website, that actually lock some of the websites. But again, this is a little bit too much sacrifice. And what we're trying to do is find a substitute for what you are watching. Find a substitute for how much time you are watching stuff. And that takes time, okay? I'm not telling you just do these tips and you will never watch content again. That's not the point. The point is to learn. The point is to adapt to a new way and a new balance of doing things and consuming things. And that's very hard to do. Yeah, it is. And it takes a lot of time and effort and trial and error, because every single individual is different. So these apps, I do think that they work, but they work in a more short-term mindset. I think long-term, you need to figure out for yourself how much time you have to be conscious and you have to be aware of what you are doing. If you are mindlessly scrolling, you have to flip your switch and flip your brain. That's just my opinion. But I'm not telling you that the apps are not useful. They are. I just think that it's a little bit too much sacrifice. Okay? So these are my 3 real and practical tips how to watch less content. My extra tips are, of course, to read a book, to go out more, to be busier, because if you are busier, you're not bored, so to speak. And usually you are only watching this sort of content because you are bored. Okay, you are only going to go on Instagram, Facebook, and whatever because you're bored. So the other tip that I wanted to tell you, and that's something that I didn't want to speak about in this video, but it just so happened, is that I started using my phone way less. I only used it like the normal 9 to 1. I would not use my phone as much, and then from 2 to 5 p.m. not as much, or not. And then the other times, yes, the rest of the day. I used to do this type of schedule. The fact is that on Christmas, I got a new tablet. And at the time, I was like, bro, I'm reducing my content. What the fuck? But what's interesting is that I follow these steps. And yes, I consume a lot of YouTube there. I watch it. But I feel like it was a substitute, because now if I go out, I don't want to consume content on my phone. And I only consume content if I have my tablet, which is very weird. So, in a weird way, I found a real good substitute, and I stopped wanting to watch stuff on my phone because the screen is just small. So, I mean, it worked. I was not counting with it. I didn't know that it was going to be a gift from my parents to me, but the tablet is fucking amazing. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this was useful and practical. If you have other tips, please leave them down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.